Greetings, I'm Ahura for Ask the Unicorn. Today the question that I'm going to be answering is the difference between a paranormal investigator and a psychic policeman. The difference is pretty clear actually. The basic function of a paranormal investigator is to visit a place and determine whether or not there is actual paranormal activity. Now, in order for them to do this, many times they'll take whole teams, and some of them use scientific equipment, or what they call scientific equipment, which is just basic recording and video equipment, and see if they can actually either find or catch some evidence, some concrete evidence as to the existence of something that is called paranormal, which is quite normal to a person like myself. Now, some of these teams are very good. The ones that you see on television are not. But I have met with some very good paranormal investigative teams. And they will go out with their equipment. They will set these things up, whether it is in the dark or in the light. And usually, 9 times out of 10, they may get an energy emanation. They may get something that they think is an energy emanation. But they investigate it fully until they have some concrete evidence. Now, that being said, the difference between them and myself is that I can tell right off whether or not there is something that is going on that is of an unusual nature. Now, notice I did not use the word paranormal because, again, that which most people call paranormal is very normal to a person like myself. So it's unusual, and in other words, something that doesn't normally happen, or something that is not within the normal aspect of life of that place. Now, when I find something like that, I determine whether or not it needs to be confronted. Sometimes it just may be a ghost. Now, what a ghost is just a remnant of something that once was. In other words, there are remnants all over the place, and there are remnants of animals that have died, even insects that have died, beings and people that have lived long before you or myself. And these remnants are left in the forms of energy. That energy is what we call ghosts. Okay, it's kind of like a snail that leaves its shell. Now, when I'm dealing with a spirit, if there is an actual apparition or a spirit there, or an entity there that needs to be dealt with, I deal with it. A paranormal investigative team is not usually equipped to deal with such things. I myself, by my very energy, can deal with these things. Hence, I'm known as what is called a psychic policeman. Now, while I am very open to working with law enforcement and even federal enforcement, and willing at any moment in time to train even our wonderful military troops as to what to look for, I am not a police psychic. I am not a police telepath. I do not work for them unless they ask me, in which case I'd be very happy again. But what I do is determine the nature of this particular event. I don't need scientific equipment or video equipment, as I have all of that on the inside of myself, and don't necessarily need concrete proof. Because you have to remember, if you're dealing with a spirit, that spirit can trick your scientific equipment. And there is more than one form of energy, so electromagnetism is very, very limited. But what I do is I determine the nature, and then if it's malevolent nature or it has caused a crime, as I see it, then I get rid of it. Now, how do I get rid of it? With a series of methods that have to do with energy, prayer, and using some, not many, objects. In other words, I have the ability to banish such things. I have the ability to make a concession for some entities that just are lost. Maybe they just got trapped. Maybe someone in their family is holding on to them. Maybe they just don't know where they are. In which case, I will make a concession and help them to move on. No, I do not tell them to go into the light, because I myself have never seen that light. That particular light that they're talking about, that was made famous by a movie and a little dwarven woman, is something that is not meant for the living, and never for the living. And if you, a living being, can see that light, then you're not living anymore. Okay? So, the difference between a paranormal investigative team is that their job is to investigate and perhaps find some truth. A psychic policeman is to deal with if there is a problem to be dealt with. Hopefully that answers your question. Again, I'm Ahura for Ask the Unicorn.